Welcome to the newest show on the Karma Does Everything channel. I'm your host, Karma Does Everything, coming at you on a sizzling Saturday afternoon live. And today we're going to be covering some news. This just in, the Miami Police Department has unveiled a police cruiser adorned with Africa-themed images to celebrate Black History Month. Given the recent news with Tyre Nichols and other police-related incidents, I would say that the timing was bad. Now, I think it would have been more fitting if they had unveiled a tribute to people of color who have lost their lives to police impunity over the years, but, you know, an attempt was made nonetheless. They're trying, you know. I'm glad that Black History Month has finally gotten some recognition. Despite the poor taste of the police cruiser, I would say that this is a step forward, because at least people are trying. In response to the news on Twitter, Charles F. Coleman Jr. had this to say. 1, because Florida. 2, tell me you don't have a D&I person without telling me you don't have a D&I person. 3, no, you don't get credit just for trying. This type of tone-deaf performative action is what provokes a war on wokeness when we are made to accept the unacceptable. Now, I'm not a person of color, at least one that's not whitewashed or one that matters anyways. So I can't really speak on the pain that Black people have to endure, but they're not trademarking a Black holiday like Walmart did that one time, and there was a genuine effort made, even if it was in poor taste and poor timing, so really, I don't see what's truly unacceptable here. So folks, I want to ask you guys a question. What do you really think causes the war on woke? Is it things like this, poorly made tributes to activism and whatnot, that are made in poor taste but ultimately well-meaning? Or is it this behavior right here? The behavior of getting angry and inflamed over literally anything that's not done the exact way you want it to be done. I think that it would be a lot more constructive for both sides if the tweet was something calmly explaining why this is in poor taste and explaining what they could have done better, rather than simply bashing the decision and getting angry because it's going to make some people on Twitter happy. This is what pushes people to begin their war on woke. This is what causes people. This is what drives people away from important matters like civil rights. It's behavior like this, getting angry because they didn't do it in a way that you consider acceptable. Newsflash! We all have different opinions of acceptable, and what they might have thought was acceptable might not be acceptable to you. And as they say, it's the thought that counts. Now, do they deserve credit for trying? Depends. Now see, if they had used taxpayer dollars to pay for this, I wouldn't be happy. But they paid for this out of pocket. They did not use taxpayer dollars. This was something that the Miami Police Department came together to do for Black History Month. This was not a publicity stunt. This was not taxpayer funded. This was something that the Miami Police Department chose to do. Maybe it was a publicity stunt. I don't know. But ultimately, this was done with good intentions. And when you look at it objectively, this was done with good intentions. Regardless of how loosely we're going to define good. You know, if we're gonna define good intentions as trying to appease the majority, that's still good. You know, they're trying not to seem like shitheads. As a woman and a member of the LGBTQ community, I understand the outrage. I understand that progress has been long overdue, and during a time when progress should be skyrocketing, it seems to have come to a standstill. I understand why that's upsetting. But progress is being made, still. There's a real incentive for companies to be inclusive. There's a big enough crowd to push back when people screw up. But if we turn around now and start fighting the opposition with the same tactics that have been used to oppress us, where do you think that's gonna take us? It's not worth it to lose our patience when we've already come this far. Before I close this up, and before anyone who's watching this wants to go to the comments to call me racist, just hear me out. Hear me out. Remember how we got here. Remember why we're here. We got here by encouraging people to open their minds, to be accepting, to realize that just because someone has a different skin color, or is dating someone of the same gender, or just wants to look a little different than what their privates dictate they should look like, they're still human. That's how we got here. We got here with love. So do you really think that now that we're here, now that we're in a position of power, do you think that it's worth it to start fighting back with hate? To start using the tools that have been used against us? Do you think that paints you and your community in a good light? Think about it. Really think long and hard about it. And then type your comment. Anyways, this has been Karma Does Everything, reporting on the latest and the greatest. We'll see you next time. I look at the screen too much.